because it is that startup that will give you the life of your choice, the life partner of your choice, your work colleagues of your choice, the work atmosphere of your choice, and a healthy life that you always wanted to live. And you will not subject yourself and your dignity to be judged by somebody, some other human being who is an equivalent of you. May it be a vice president of an organization, a chairman, a CEO, or the greatest human being of the greatest authority. He is an equivalent to you. That is what the holy verses tell us. New habits, new aura, old habits, and you get back to square one. That is the rule of frequency, and that is how you create a life for yourself that you manifest and that you choose to live. For it is the cognition that you have to focus when it comes to living a life that is successful in every terms, and you are living a fulfilling life. Then it is you have to create a workplace for yourself that is ideal, and a house atmosphere for yourself that is ideal, and a society for yourself, your friend circle that will promote the positive content within you and that will promote the positive energy within you, so that you will enable yourself, you will enable your cognition to function and unleash its greatest potential. How do we do that? It is by bringing out the synergy effect of what? The synergy effect, that is the combination of the spiritual science along with the human science, the mental psychological science, the amygdala that is triggering the stress hormones within you, the happy hormones, the dopamine level. You have to work and study those hormones within you and combine it with the repeated frequency, the pattern that you're attracting, because at the end of the day, when you go on a repeat mode, the subconscious goes on an auto mode. How does it happen? Whenever you're thinking something, you are sending a particular signal to the universe, and if you are subconsciously going on that auto mode and thinking on the same pattern, thinking on the same idea again and again, you can give it, it can be a past experience of your life, it can be a good experience of your life. Whatever your subconscious will absorb, you have to will have that sponge mentality in order to make it big. Let's come to think of it, 10 to 12 hours of our life we are giving to some organization because the organization is giving us a decent paycheck and taking what from us? That organization is taking away our dream life from us. Think about it. The successful people like Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, Swami Vivekananda, what have they told? Think about it. What are we doing to ourselves and what are we allowing the organizations do to us? We don't tolerate any next human being who behaves rebellious with us or who do not treat us the right way, and we cut off connections with that person, may it be a family member or a friend or a relative or anything. But when it comes to an organization, they do great harm to us. They take away the happiness of our life at the cost of what you are achieving, that paycheck and a societal standard that the society has set for you, that this is the standard. If I achieve that standard, if we want to achieve that particular relationship, in order to achieve that particular relationship, I have to fit in that societal standard. I want to be accepted by the society. That particular interview, if I crack in that university, my admission gets granted, then my future is set. A future can never be set. Any university cannot guarantee you a healthy future and a healthy job. For a healthy job, for a healthy work atmosphere, your mind, your cognition level has to be healthy, and your cognition has to be the focal point. And increased work atmosphere, getting yourself overworked, and an unhealthy work atmosphere can lead to declining cognition, and the memory age also declines. This has been proven by the great scientific researches that the researchers and the scientists have made. They have clearly told, and we have read on the research papers also, that how the mind functions and how our cognitive ability declines and the age of our mind also declines. It is a premature aging of the mind we are subjecting ourselves to, and thereby we are creating a very unhealthy life for ourselves, a very unhealthy future for ourselves, because we are manifesting the wrong kind of things because of the ignorance of the mind. A mind that has the power to think well, a mind that has the power to function well, that mind will create a great life for us. And a mind that is spiritually unfit, and when I say spiritually unfit, I mean a mind that is not happy. A happy mind is always spiritually considered a fit mind, and an unhappy mind is considered spiritually unfit mind. However stable your mind is, you don't have somewhere, we lack that stability somewhere within us, for which we are not able to create that happiness happy life for us, for everybody. We are thriving for that happiness. Think about it and ask yourself one question when every morning you go to work. Are you dreading to go to that work, or you're just heading for that work in order to achieve and in order to gain that societal standard, and by the end of the month, because you have to pay those bills by yourself, so that paycheck is going to run your house, and people are dependent, certain lives, your family members are dependent on you financially, and because of a bad financial situation you are doing that job. Otherwise, if you would have had a lot of money, then you wouldn't have done that job. If you would have had a lot of money and you wouldn't have been doing that job, you wouldn't have been looking at that job also. That much hatred you have for that job, but you are putting up that brave face and putting up the smile and going every morning just in order to get that paycheck, to support your family, to support yourself, to create and have a great future course for yourself, to create and have a great job opportunity, to create and have a great career for yourself. If you're truly career oriented, that you will never do such kind of a job that you're not enjoying doing. Great people who are successful today have told, from Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, anybody you take. Swami Vivekananda is one of the biggest examples when it comes to the mind. The mind that has the ability to think, that is the mind that will create that life for you, and we will be able to manifest that life that today NLP coaches and the law of attraction master coaches are trying to teach us, are trying to guide us, are trying to promote the NLP thing, neuro-linguistic programming. What is it? It is all about every coach today, when it comes to life coach or anything you can change. You can have multiple names today. Earlier times there were no names, but it was the same attraction techniques we used to follow knowingly, unknowingly. Our ancestors who have been very successful in their lives, Swami Vivekananda, Steve Jobs, whoever, they are all young people. They were all young people when they manifested so many great things. When was it? It was when it was that era that was not modernized. It was that era which didn't have this NLP and law of attraction techniques. But think of it, they were much more progressed. Their mind was much more ahead of the mind. Today we have. Why? Because today we only focus on the modern terms and the new names that are sold. Why? Because we are more focused on the packaging, on the presentation of how people are presenting. What are the new names that are coming up? It is manifestation today. It will be something else tomorrow. 10 years down the line, some new concepts will come. But it only roots from our ancestral holy verses, the holy books, Gita, Quran, Bible, Guru Granth Sahib. These are the holy verses. They have those codes that when decoded, you can make great benefits in your life, but we don't to go and dwell into the translation. We don't even bother to give it the time to read those various multiple different holy verses. And what message are they saying? The message that they are giving is towards business. Try to work for yourself and don't work for the organizations. Why? Because if you have the ability to work for the dreams of some other person, of some other organizations, think about how much potential you have within yourself to work for your own dream. Now, I'm not saying quit your job altogether, because you have to run your house also. So let's be smart. Don't quit that job, but study the nature of the job that we are involving ourselves, because it should not be such that it's consuming 10 to 12 hours of our life. The nature of the job should be such that can be done part-time. Do the job just for the sake of survival, and not with the idea of becoming the chairman of the so-and-so organization and one fine day you will get that promotion. No, just do the job for your survival. Try to make and build something of your own, because creativity is something we are blessed with. If you study the holy verses, you will get to know and understand it is the creativity that we humans are born with, we are blessed with from day one, even before our birth. Many a times we have discussed on the Arjuna from Mahabharata how the brave prince warrior Abhimanyu learned the ability to enter the Chakravyuh, that is the war chakra, in the form of a fetus when he was not even born. So creation is something, if we read the holy verses, the holy books, we will get to know so much about the human thing. We'll get to know so much about ourselves, the potential that is hidden within us. Then we will be able to unleash those potentials and let's focus on working on our own dreams and not work for organizations who have the right to hire us, who have the right to interview us, who have the right to fire us, when that Almighty has created us with so much dignity. Why are we giving somebody else the ability to fire us, the ability to put us down, the ability to measure our terms in terms of paycheck, that this is the salary you are worth? No, you're worth much more. I am worth much more. Let's focus on our own dreams. Do the job as long as you're not being able to support your sustenance, but try to create something for your own. Try to create something for your own. Trust me, the holy verses, when you study those holy verses, when I research different kind of holy verses from different religions, I read and understand so much, and they all point towards one thing, that sustenance has been promised by that Almighty. Survival has been promised by that Almighty. If He has sent you, He will make sure you survive, and He'll make sure that we don't die before our time has come. We will keep on getting that bread and butter. Nobody can snatch it away from us. Do that job for the sake of making your living, as long as you're not being able to make your own startup, but work on your own startup, work on your own dream. And once you see that possibility, I'm not saying once you start making money out of the startup. No. Once you set up that base, that foundation, once you see that yes, it has become something, and now you can see the potential of your startup, that is the time. Quit that job and full-time focus on your startup, on your ability. Let's connect consciously with the Supreme Consciousness, study on the cognition level, improve the cognition level, become that sponge that is thriving to absorb the knowledge, and knowledge is the source to your successful startup. It is not about big investment. It is about the willpower. It is about the determination. It is about the knowledge that you are ready to absorb. Once you have gained that knowledge, once you have started off with something, then you're set and your achievement is guaranteed. There is no doubt about it. Do not subject yourself and your dignity to some other human being who is an equivalent of yours, that has been guaranteed and told by the holy verses. Any human except your parents, any human that you encounter in your life, may it be a vice president, CEO of any organization, or anybody, may it be a beggar walking on the streets, a jobless person, or a very moneyed man or a woman, any next human being is an equivalent to you. Don't allow any other person to judge you and measure you in terms of salary and put a name tag, a price tag on you, that this is your value, this is the salary you're worth. Bread, 41 days of life-changing experience, life-changing course, no dependency. What the slavery? Bread.